Dhamma friends. Let me welcome you for today's episode of Sutta Studies. It is May 17th, the middle of the month that the Buddha was born and attained to enlightenment and then passing away. So we are, as Buddhists, celebrating these three events by following the Dhamma in different ways. Many people engage with activities that resonate their respect to the Supreme Buddha with so many decorations, and sometimes we become part of it to help people for their celebration. But at the same time, we value very much the Dhamma practice that enrich our mind on noble qualities. So having the Dhamma discussion based on suttas is always beneficial. Those who have the basic knowledge can enrich their Dhamma knowledge based on suttas. I know that many of you have gone through long way in this path and clearly know the message of the Buddha for attaining nirvana. So let us begin this evening Sutta studies. Some of our friends will join with us from different part of the world. So we greet them with wholesome thought in mind. No matter what time you are, you have only thing you need to have that right mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom to absorb the Dhamma for your benefits. Let me recite Namo Tassa 3 times to pay our due respect to the Supreme Buddha for his great compassion and start the Sutta studies. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I pay my homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Friends, thinking about the Buddha is a release from all kinds of problems. Though it is temporary, it helps us engage with some kusala karma. It helps us overcome negativities from our mind. If you look at suttas like the Jagga Sutta, you can see how powerful the reflection on noble qualities of the Buddha, if not the Dharma, and finally the Sangha. This is a period that we explore the Dhamma in many ways to engage with such deep activities. And Sutta studies for the last 2 weeks were about the Buddha's attainment to full enlightenment. We were able to discuss in many ways the way the Buddha was born as the Bodhisattva to the last life, and what kind of things happened to his life, what kind of things happen around him as just because it is the last birth of a Bodhisattva to human existence. And then we were able to go through the details of how one become self-enlightened Buddha. You all know that the Buddha, attained to full enlightenment from his own effort by completing the Noble Eightfold Path. So we discussed that based on some suttas, and then we were able to, go through the procedure, how a Tathagata passes away. They were recorded in Mahaparinibbana Sutta and elsewhere, so that we were able to see these 3 events as extraordinary events. And Shraddha and the eagerness to attain enlightenment, and also the virya he put forward is a kind of virya for us, so that we were able to develop these Shraddha and virya, and also kind of earnestness in us, urgency in us to attain enlightenment. So to add to that, I selected a discourse today to discuss I'm so sorry for sending the notification of the Sutta study today so late. Due to the temple activities and activities that people do for a Sak celebration, I was unable to send it earlier. Anyhow, I'm happy that I could conduct this Sutta study class without interruption. The other reason why I do this today, among many activities at the temple at this moment, I'm doubtful about next week, the Sutta discussion due to Hilda Javardhanarami Vesak celebration on Sunday 25th, because Saturday would be a very busy day for the temple because people come and organize so many things here. And the next week, after next week, which is 31st, is a big day for Mississauga Temple for their stupa opening ceremony. We definitely cannot participate in any Dhamma activity at the Ottawa Temple due to our participation into that. So that I thought of having this discussion on the selected sutta despite the busy schedule at the temple at this moment. Okay, the sutta we selected is Sila Sutta. This sutta is recorded in Sangyukta Nikaya. It belongs to the section Bojjanga. In that section, all the suttas are about 7 factors of enlightenment. That any quality that helps directly to cutting off of all the defilements and attain to enlightenment is called Bodhi Anga. There are 7 in the list, and they are included in the 37 factors of enlightenment. So this is the third sutta, third sutta of the section, and it's Sila Sutta. By this name, there are many other suttas in the Tripitaka, but this Sila Sutta emphasizes the importance of Sila to begin with, the noble training. I would like to read the discourse first and enter into a discussion. This is how the Buddha start. This sutta is uttered by the Buddha when he was at the Jetvanarame monastery. It was to a group of monks, and let's see how the Buddha unfolded the sutta. Monks, as for those monks who are consumed in virtues, consumed in concentration, consumed in discernment, consumed in release, consumed in the knowledge and vision of the release, even seeing them is beneficial. I tell you, even listening to them is beneficial. Even approaching to them is beneficial. Even attending to them is beneficial. Even recollecting them is beneficial. Even going forth after them is beneficial. I'll tell you. So why is that? Having heard the Dhamma from monks like that, one remains secluded in 2 ways: secluded in body and secluded in mind. I don't know whether you clearly understand the meaning of the statement. This is how it happens. The Buddha told the monks many times that living with Kalyana Mitra is a blessing. It is one of the first couple of steps of the the Buddha's training for anybody. Without Kalyana Mitra qualities, we cannot do much. We cannot do anything in the training. So therefore, Buddha emphasizes the fact that having Kalyana Mitras in life is a necessary thing. Here, it is discussed in different ways. If you are able to see, if you are able to listen, if you are able to attend into, if you are able to recollect, and if you are able to going forth after of any such wonderful monks, it is a great gaining for you. There are 5 things he mainly pointed out here: accomplished in Sila, accomplished in Samadhi, accomplished in Panya, accomplished in Vimukti, accomplished in Vimukti Jnana Darsana. The bhikkhus or bhikkhunis, even lay people, who have gone through Sila section, Samadhi section, Panya, Vimukti, Vimukti, Jnana, Darsana. There are 5 things. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, Vimukti, Vimukti, Jnana, Darsana. So anybody who has experienced these 5 steps are worthy to respect, are worthy to, attend to, are worthy to, worship, and they are very wholesome people. So it is not only giving us merits, it is not only helping us culminate our aspiration on various things, but it helps us very particular thing, very important thing. From them, what we get is dharma. Those who have experienced the dharma in this manner definitely treat others with the same thing. If you have only bad things in your life, you can give somebody only bad things. If you have good words in your speech always, you definitely treat with that. And if you have any negative things in your mind, you are not going to be a different one. You are going to be a bad one. So because what you have to give is the same bad thoughts. So likewise, those who have practiced Sila, Samadhi, Panya, Vimukti, and Vimukti Jnana Darsana definitely talk about those things. They share their insight on these 5 things with friends, with anyone whom they associate, so that you should expect such dhamma from those people. The one who when one has heard the Dhamma from such bhikkhus, one dwells withdrawn by way of 2 kinds of withdrawal of body and withdrawal of mind. This is called Kaya Passaddhi and Chitta Passaddhi. The very Pali word we use for this, Kaya Upakasenacha, Chittupakasenacha. So Tata Upakatto Viranto Tam Dhammang Anusarati Anuvitakkedi. So when you hear the Dhamma from someone who definitely experienced it, you would be able to get it well. You try your best to experience it. As a result, you could be able to experience relaxation in body and in mind. This is called tranquility. Kaya Passaddhi and Chitta Passaddhi. When you hear the Dhamma, when you practice the Dhamma, when you feel that you understand the Dhamma, your body naturally goes to a state of tranquility. When the body is experiencing such thing, it means that well before that your mind has taken the value of Dharma. Mind is going to experience tranquility, mind is experiencing tranquility, and the body reacts to it positively. That's why both Kaya Passaddhi and Chitta Passaddhi are achieved there. As a result, Tandam Upakatto Viharanto Tandammang Anusarati Anvitaketi. Not only he or she experience tranquility in body and mind, there another thing happened, that is right investigation is taking place. As a result of your peaceful state of mind and body, you are moving forward. That means you let your mind investigate the Dharma. Let's read further. Remaining secluded in this way, one recollects and thinks over the Dhamma. When a monk, remaining secluded in this way, recollect and thinks over that Dhamma, mindfulness as a factor for awakening is aroused in him. He develops it, and for him it goes to the culmination of its development. So now, so you listen to the Saddhamma from somebody who experienced it. Therefore, your mind is happy, your body is relaxed, so that you have a chance of investigating your mind itself. I think this is a very practical thing. So long we keep our mind calm and peaceful, we would investigate better. If our mind is not peaceful, we cannot go through a particular topic of into deepest level. Our mind is disturbed, our mind is not happy, our mind is agitated, so that we may not be able to experience the Dhamma very much. When you do not have that capacity, how could you experience joy and happiness? So it is really practical. So your mind is happy, elated, joyful, and tranquility has arisen in the body and mind both, so that you can pay attention. When a monk remains secluded in this way, so when your mind is tranquilized, and when your mind and body both are tranquilized, you can think over. You can put your mind into a particular observation. There you have the mindfulness. So mindfulness is arisen in one when only you listen to the Dhamma and reflect on the Dhamma for tranquility. So as a result of being mindful, not only you just keep the mind over there, but the faculty of the sati faculty of awakening has arisen in you. Sati for awakening. It is called mindfulness as a factor for awakening is aroused in him. So being mindful is a real blessing. So when you are mindful about, there you have that continuous observation without any break. When there is continuing way of behavior in your mind, you not only feel the present moment, even you can think of the past without disturbing yourself. So that you not only be mindful for the moment, mindfulness is working for you all the time right after that, so that it is being developed as a faculty of enlightenment. Remaining mindful in this way, he examines, analyzes, comes to a comprehension of that quality with discernment. Right? So when you are mindful, as I said earlier, you are doing investigation, you are pondering into, you have an inquisitive mind, so that the everything is analyzed, and then you have clear comprehension to understand the very mind. When he remains mindful in this way, examining, analyzing, coming to a comprehension of that quality with discernment, then analysis of qualities as a factor for awakening is aroused in him. This is what is called Dhamma Vichaya. It is an enlightenment factor. It is a factor for enlightenment, Dhamma Vichaya. So you have that ability to question everything. But for example, if you are curious about world peace, you question how it could be achieved. On various principles, you might be having a debate, having a huge heat arguments. But it is not what we mean here. It is not what we actually need to do in the Dhamma Vichaya. It is an investigation on Dhamma factors that help us cut off craving, develop wholesomeness. Right? This Dhamma Vichaya is not anything about, it is how we keep mindfulness, it is how we develop virya, it is how we gain peace and happiness in mind. When you engage with such detailed conversation on politics, on ethics, on economy, on world peace, they are not giving us any solace. They are talking about races. They are talking about facts. They are talking about various incidents in the world. So they are not giving us happiness. But Dhamma Vichaya, in investigation into realities, is always about individual personal experiences in the mind, on how to deal with negative emotion, how to deal with positive emotion, and how we are putting the virya forward to overcome these. So this is what Dhamma Vichaya or Dhamma Vichaya as the second factor for enlightenment. So in one who examine, analyzes, come to a comprehension of that quality with discernment, persistence is aroused unflaggingly. When persistence is aroused unflaggingly in one who examine, analyzes, and come to a comprehension of that quality with discernment, that persistence as a factor for awakening is aroused in him. He develops it, and for him, it goes to the culmination of development, its development. So now we are talking about the virya, the unwavering strength of mind to be away from unwholesomeness and to be with wholesomeness. Virya is explained. Virya is explained as samma vayama, right effort in the Noble Eightfold Path. When virya comes to noble qualities and noble powers, it's called virya bala and virya indriya. So, friends, many of those qualities in Noble Eightfold Path, are recorded in some other factors, but there is no discrepancy, there is no disparity, because all each qualities are everywhere major qualities. So, virya, those who can get virya factor to be developed in such a way, those who have that skills to examine, analyzing, and also putting comprehension into practice, they can make definitely virya an active one, because when you analyze, you do it in your mind, and you have to keep that analysis in your mind without changing. Suppose I think of somebody's impermanence. I think of some materials impermanence. So I keep thinking that this is impermanent, that is impermanent. How can we do this without any change, and so on? So this knowledge of my investigation may not be in my mind in different occasions. If I engage with social activities and I'm busy with, so that your plan is to execute your plan on the activity, not just this dhamma. Unless you have enough practice, you tend to forget. That's why mindfulness and Dhammavichaya always play a big role in keeping virya. Virya is nothing else but continuing mindfulness without any break, and also Dhammavichaya. So that is called virya. If you look at your mind, if you look at your body, what kind of virya you are talking about? What kind of persistence you are talking about? So people say that I work so hard to be a graduate person. It is a life achievement. I work so hard to be a successful business person. So they are talking about their persistence, their continued effort on particular subjects. Unfortunately, they are mundane. They do not give you that momentum to create mindfulness, wisdom, and so forth. So they are very mundane. I'm telling you this example just to understand the point that virya is nothing but being able to be mindful always, and also putting wisdom into application. Otherwise, virya is not anything, any physical thing, or and so on. So we are talking about the mental strength one has. So basically, you can see poor people at the time of the Buddha work so hard to make their living, and they are virya, having seen the luxury of life from different people. They were thinking, some of those people were thinking that they are if the wealth is ruining my good qualities, I do not want those valuable things. So some people, in order to protect virya without making holes on it, they even let go of belongings. If you look at Venerable Rattapala, he was a very young, young a person who experienced the life, mundane life, up to the highest extent. So somehow he was able to listen to the Dhamma, and after listening to Dhamma, his effort clearly shows us how one could have the virya. Even though parents show him the gold, gems, and jewelries, and the money and everything, including his former wives, he said that throw these things into the water. If you do not need, I do not need even a penny. So this is how virya has worked for people. This is how mindfulness and Dhammavichya also work for people. So we have to develop these qualities, virya. Usually people do not practice virya intentionally because they do not know which practice, which meditation it help us. I think, friends, each and every time you engage with the Dhamma, virya is going to develop. For example, suppose there is a sermon for 1 hour. So you need to have virya to listen to it, to stay the whole time and get the points Dhamma, and being able to analyze the Dhamma within the sermon is also taking place because of this mental preparedness. So virya is therefore being able to stay calm and peaceful, be mindful, and so on. Then that's called virya. It works always. The part of the virya that works always is that virya to stop five hindrances. Friends, we know that five hindrances are common enemies of all of us, and they are the representative of deep-rooted bad akusala. So when we deal with virya very much and keep it nice, it can fight with negative emotions along with the support of Dhamma Vinishya and mindfulness, and defeat those common enemies. So that, friends, virya is the third factor we discuss here. Now I want to tell you something very important. If you have read the Mahachattarisaka Sutta from the same Nikaya, you see that three important qualities of the Noble Eightfold Path are crucial. Every qualities in the Noble Eightfold Path is important, but there are three major cardinal principles, cardinal factors. One is Sammaditi, the other one is Samma Vayama, and the other one is Samma Sati. These three qualities or the Dharma should work together in order to make a big, surprise, big things for the society. So Sammaditi, right view, and Samma Vayama, right effort, and right mindfulness, Samma Sati. These three are the creators of each path. Even for Sammaditi to develop further, these three now in this case the two should come forward and help. So therefore, I think virya is a great quality, and it is recorded in Mahachattarisaka Sutta. Three qualities should come forward to help all the other qualities. I would like to read some more. In one who examines, so yeah, that part is already finished. In one whose persistence is aroused, a rapture not of the flesh arises. When a rapture not of the flesh rises in one whose persistence is aroused, the rapture as a factor for enlightenment is aroused in him. He develops it and so on. So now the virya. When virya is developed, we feel joy. Suppose something is very difficult to do with so much hard work for several hours, we finish it, we do it. So what kind of feeling you get? The kind of happy, accomplished feeling you have. You feel that you are you gain victory. Such a wonderful experience is always there when you do something that is difficult. Likewise, friends, the speed of greed, the speed of hatred is unimaginable. They rise immediately in our mind. They rise quickly in our mind. So what we can do now with this akusala is defeating them. That is what we are talking about. That is what we are talking about in virya. So defeating the power of first diminishing the power of unwholesomeness, then suspending unwholesomeness for a certain period of time, and then pulling out the craving and all the unwholesomeness completely from your mind. So virya need to be active in each of these each of these points where akusala is defeated. Without virya, we cannot do anything, because panya is a quality of mind, mindfulness is a quality of mind, and virya, what does virya is helping these two to keep like that. Otherwise, you now become mindful. In the next moment, you are not mindful, because virya was not there to hold your mindfulness for further conversation. Likewise, so virya is important. Virya not only is important for the previous two, but it is also important for the next one, that is called rapture. Piti Patisang, first you have Sati, then Dhammucha, then Virya, then Passaddi, right? Piti and Passaddi, they are there together. Piti Bojjange. It means you now know how to be happy with the Dharma practice. Now you experience it further and further. So for one who give me a second. The one who raptures from heart, the body grows calm and the mind grows calm. Both body and mind experience calmness when the mind is rapturous. When the body and mind of a monk raptured at heart grow calm, then calm as a factor for enlightenment is aroused in him. He develops it, and for him it goes to the culmination of its development. Now we are talking about another bodhyanga, that is called piti or rapture. So when you this rapture is developed in you when you do things without stopping. Continuous practice of sila, continuous practice of samadhi, continuous practice of moral ethical principles bring you joy, rapture, bring you happiness, right? So then that happiness is an enlightenment quality. This is the thing you need to do. You can be happy, you can smile at, you can enjoy your life, if not these activities you engage create suffering for you. In other words, if there is a certain happiness that brings you a less craving, then enjoy it. But in this world, in this society, we cannot find such places at all, because people do not know the way to be happy according to Dharma and Vinaya. So, Piti Bojjanga, or the rapture as a factor for enlightenment, is giving us that knowledge, giving us that momentum for us. Once again, I would say that you're happy now, and gaining happiness could be done not only through sensory experiences, but through away from sensory experiences, right? So when your mind is rapturous, what kind of things you experience is tranquility. Now, for one who is at ease, his body calm, the mind becomes concentrated. So, tranquility means your body is so calm and the mind as well. If I tell you this from an examples, Perhaps you get the meaning. Suppose you are in a roller coaster. It goes down quickly and jump into the sky very fast. What do you, if you have gone through such things, what do you feel when you are in a roller coaster? You don't feel your body, you don't feel your mind, you don't feel the time, you don't feel, but amazing feeling come to you in the top of the sky, and you can see around. So kind of peaceful, amazing thought arise in your mind. This is because of I want to share this fact that tranquility is like that. When tranquility arises in you don't have stress in your body. Your mind is surely calm and peaceful, and your physical body is seems away from some sort of illnesses, because your body is tranquil and the mind as well. So for those who is at ease, his body calm and the mind becomes concentrated, right? So as a result of this tranquility, he carefully watches the mind, thus concentrated with equanimity. Yeah, having experienced uh, tranquility or passaddhi, you have that samadhi in your mind. Samadhi means undisturbed mind, one pointedness of the mind. When you achieve samadhi, just mean 4 jhanas, you have cut off the craving into a greater extent, right? So therefore, samadhi is a wonderful experience in Buddhism, in Buddha's teaching. Without samadhi, you may not be able to do the deep investigation. And nowadays, some people disregard the practice of samadhi, assuming that samadhi is a little thing. But friends, samadhi is really important. If you look at the entire Samyutta Nikaya and elsewhere, samadhi is emphasized. If samadhi is unnecessary, why the Buddha put it in the Noble Eightfold Path? If you look at the way the Buddha attained to enlightenment and pass away, so they all attain to first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and so forth, in order to experience that situation. And then samadhi skandha and samadhi bala, samadhi indriya. We have these things scattered in the entire teaching. However, I think as a matter of argument, a lot of people consider that samadhi is unnecessary for enlightenment. Friends, sile patittaya naro sapanyo chittang panyancha bhavyang atapi nipako bhikkhu. This stanza is coming from Dhammapada, and it is also in another place. The meaning is the wise person who establishes on sila can purify his mind to the level of samadhi without any problem. So this tells us that practicing samadhi is only being done by wise people, because in samadhi you have to deal with the taste. Deal with the attainment to first stage of samadhi, and dealing with hindrances. There are a lot of other physical and mental aspects. So that attainment to samadhi is not that easy, but it is the thing that is available for us. It is the thing that we all should practice, because when you are in samadhi, no longer craving, attachment arises. So they might come back and be like before, but that essence is going there always for you. So friends, samadhi is being practiced now. For one who is at ease, his body calm, his mind become concentrated. When the mind of one who is at ease, his body calm, become concentrated, then concentration as a factor for enlightenment is aroused in him. So samadhi, concentration. Then we go to the last one of the 7 factors. We carefully watches the mind, thus concentrated with equanimity. Yeah, first and foremost, we all should carefully watch the behavior of the mind. Even the one who attained to enlightenment should do that. And of course, those people, those monks who are vicinity should be doing that. This is because this is because of the equanimity. When equanimity is there, you are always inquisitive. You are always looking for Dhamma. You ask your questions why, but not with a busy nature, because when equanimity is achieved, it is the factor for enlightenment, uh, uh, to understand, to put wisdom faculty into application. In other words, upekka, we can go on and on each of these technical terms, but I would like to take only upekka into a deeper discussion. Upekka is recorded in Brahma Vihara too, and you can see upekka as a paramita, and you can see upekka as a factor of jhana. In the when you go to third and fourth jhana, you can see the equanimity is being arisen in those practices. So therefore, upekka, kind of balanced mind, is always there. So equanimity should be understood as a factor for enlightenment. And when it is developed, it develops with the support of others. That's why this gradual progression is there. Mindfulness, the analysis, persistence. Then we had rapture, then tranquility, and then it leads to samadhi. And now with samadhi in mind, we talk about upekka, right? Upekka is unable to stand still alone. We need support. We need some connection. If you go back to 7 factors of enlightenment, none of the factors could be developed alone. Of course, you can take one subject, one thing at a time, but you have to think that the other qualities also might come to help the upekka further. So this is how it happens. And after saying these things by the Buddha to the group of monks, he says this. When the 7 factors for awakening are developed and cultivated in this way, 7 fruits, 7 rewards can be expected. All right. So if you practice 7 factors of enlightenment in this way, you are going to have a reward, or you are going to have a type of happiness as a reward. Let's see what it talks about. Soon in the here now, he achieves a final goal. The first, first reward or blessings you could get is the full enlightenment, full arahantship. That is the first reward you get. See how it is happening now. If we go to the beginning, so you see venerable monks and nuns and lay people who are worthy in respect. They have done their duties to the sasana very much. They have individually crossed over the samsara into a greater extent. So they are, seeing them, listen to them, having conversation with them, and any activity that we can do for them is a blessing. That's how the suttas start. As a result of listening to Dhamma from these Kalyana Mittas, you would be able to practice a kind of awareness to develop mindfulness. As a result, your mindfulness is arisen, and when mindfulness is going to be strong, then Dhamma Vinichya could also be done. Then likewise, we all practice 7 factors of enlightenment as a solutions to suffering. So here the Buddha says, if you do not attain full enlightenment by the practice of the 7 factors of enlightenment, you definitely get that reward later on. But here, shown in the here and now, he achieves gnosis. As a result of his maturity on the entire teaching, including this one we talk, he can attain full enlightenment then and there. If he doesn't achieve arahanthood soon in the here and now, he doesn't achieve arahantship at the time of death. He achieve arahantship at the time of death. Then, with the ending of the 5 lower fetters, he is one unbound in between. So see, if the person if the person does not attain to full enlightenment during the uh, during the practice or for factors of enlightenment, you are going to attain it just before you die. Suppose you practice 7 factors of enlightenment at the age of 45, so you will be dying by 80. So suppose your first try did not work, but second try would work. So you attain to full enlightenment just before your death takes place. Earlier, you attained full enlightenment right there, but the second person might be attaining enlightenment before his last moment. And now we see in the discourse that this person take this month, this amount of month, this person says this amount of hours, and so on. So you talk about certain attainment depending on time, depending on your effort. This is how these categories came into existence. Third one, if he doesn't achieve arahanthood soon in the here and now, and he is not is not one unbound on arrival. So now, first person and second person we talk about, they are always trying to attain full enlightenment. But we come across some statements, some certain things tells us that after that anagami, the one who destroy 5 first sangyojanas and weaken the next 2 will attain sotapanna state. So anagami state. So these first two people attain arahantship, and the others attain anagami experiences. So the Buddha said this because you practice the 7 factors of enlightenment. If you listen to the discourse mindfully, now you can connect that practicing 7 factors of enlightenment is giving you either arahantship right here or just before you die, or if not that happen, you're reborn in in the existence that you cannot come back. That's mean anagami. You destroy some fetters of the 10 completely and attain this stage of enlightenment. Only one more step he has to go to finish the samsaric suffering. In the discourse, it says, in the commentary, it says, this happened sometime because the power of the practicing the 37 factors of enlightenment is so huge. In other words, whenever you think about the 7 factors of enlightenment of your own, it gives you so much joy. Friends, my invitation is to pay attention to the 37 factors of enlightenment and try your best to speed the journey to peace and happiness. So I kindly request everyone to understand the 7 factors of enlightenment through simple terms, and then try your best to develop them for your benefits. It could be done. That is the Sutta. I gave it as a summary, but if anybody wants to talk about any missing part of the Sutta, please do so. So this is what, anyway, this is what Sila Sutta from Samyutta Nikaya. By the way, have you recognized these qualities in your mind, in your behavior, mindfulness? Have you seen clearly this particular skillfulness, mindfulness? Have you experienced perseverance, dhammavichaya? Have you experienced the other, you know, things in the practice like piti passaddhi, samadhi upekka, and so on? Have you experienced? Do you know that they are? You have them. Do you feel that you are with those qualities, friends? This is very important. This is called Dhammang Upaparikkati. So when we talk about the 37 factors of enlightenment, that is Dhamma, and you would be able to reflect it over and over for peace and happiness. So that not only gives a kind of maturity on the Dharma, it gives you happiness right there. Time to time, even the Buddha went to the forest for meditation, aiming samadhi. And monks always, monks and nuns who gone through the noble qualities pretty much, they, of course, can practice samadhi into this extent. Therefore, be mindful about the 37 factors of enlightenment and take them and keep them and nourish them so that you will get maximum from this. Do you have anything to add? Or is there any place you don't understand? This sutta is pretty small, but it tells us how one can practice 37, 7 factors of enlightenment. You start with listening to Dhamma, and then as a result of listening to Dhamma, you collect knowledge, you collect that momentum of, analyzing Dhamma. So as a result, your mindfulness faculty is being developed. And when mindfulness faculty come to maturity, Dhammavichaya is going to develop. With Dhammavichaya, Virya, so then likewise it goes from one to the other. And at the end, everyone has come together to make the factors of enlightenment achievable and success. So I think we need to talk about this. We need to pay attention to it. We need to do certain things it suggests. Then only we can be enlightened. Okay. Do you have anything? If you do not have anything to add or anything to say, I would end today's discussion, because some people may clean the temple and make certain things arrange in front of the temple. So I should go and see, so that I do not want to continue the class further without concern and question. So let me finish today's Sutta studies. I told you that I came to Sutta studies with so much other things to, among other things. However, I came because the Sutta discussion for next week and after would not be possible for me due to Vesak celebration. So if I have chance to do the next week, program, I will. Perhaps I will inform you on the same day. But I feel that there are less chances because of the Vesak program for 2 weeks uh, for the last weekend of this month. So anyway, I know you have a lot of sources to learn them, to fathom the them, and so on. So that continue your practice. The merits we all accumulate from various activities these days should be with you. May you be able to overcome pain, sorrow, lamentation, grief, and find that, piti passaddhi samadhi, they are the medicine for physical and mental ailments. So find them for your own benefit and attain nirvana. With this wholesome thought, I remain here, and this is the end of the Sutta Studies. May you all attain nirvana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.